What's up, everybody? I'm back again, here to make another video. It's another miraculous Sunday, and today I did some different things. If any of you guys are following me on Instagram, first things first, I tried to cover as much as I can today. My story was like super long, so if you want to do me a solid favor, go ahead and check out OS Japan. I'm sure if anyone's watching this, you're probably coming from there. But if not, go check it out. I say some things on there. I try to ask questions that I ask myself daily that help me further myself. Anyways, let's get down into this. Obviously, you're here for the reflection, and this is a reflection of my personal self and the things I do throughout the week. And it's pretty much just for me to look at, like, every week. Like, for example, every week I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to go check out my older video, and then from there I'm going to say, whoa, Micah, this is what you said you were going to do. Oh, I didn't write that down. I have notes, so it's not all off the top of my head. I'm not at that level, so sometimes you need a little bit of a help. So let's write down next week. So what am I going to do next week is at the end of the video. Anyways, first things first, start off with what I accomplished. So, number one thing I pretty much accomplished this week was a lot of product design work with Ring. Currently working on this secret project, and it's really like pushing the boundaries of my my knowledge within the world of product design and the conflicts that can arise. And it's been a great experience so far. Currently, it's in the development stage, so we're just evening out some of the cracks and whatnot, and that is really taking up a lot of time at the job. Otherwise, from that, I've also working on I also accomplished some Team Hex stuff. I worked with Hunter Keka last night, and we pretty much just ironed out a lot of documentation on how we should go about doing things. Because when we first started the project, it was kind of like he just showed me this design document, and he was like, I'm gonna fuck around and make this this team management application. And then I was like, dude, like, let me help you out. Why not? So that was probably like 10 weeks ago, and we went ahead and just started. We brought another designer onto the team, and we've just been like kind of working on it here and there. And we've just been like on a Figma document, crunching out little pieces of the design, and that's not the most optimal way to do things. We found out quickly. Just glaring at things that I'm doing at work and comparing the two. So, involving that, we use a lot of Trello-based management. I figured, why don't we make different lists for the different to-dos? So currently, we have a list. For example, right now I'm in control of the design list. So we write out each list kind of like a ticket. So there's a description, the description of what the page should be about, and a little bit of backstory. Then with each card, you have the description, and then you also have the requirements. So let's say, for example, it's a press page. The description's the press page for Team Hex, brand assets, etc. And the requirements, brand assets, etc. So that's a little bit into the Team Hex. I don't want to dive too deep into it, but yeah, that's just a quick little description of what I worked on for that. Got Christmas shopping out the way. That took a while. I just made one big ass cart on Amazon and just spent all my money. I also spent time with coworkers this week, which was pretty fun. On Friday, there was a little holiday party, and you really got to know some of the coworkers that you don't typically hang out with. And I feel that we shouldn't confine ourselves towards our typical groups. Because our typical groups, that becomes our comfort zone. These are friends that it's great to, build these hardcore relationships, but I also feel like you never know what other hardcore relationship is waiting right around the corner. So I learned that when I went to the Christmas party, and I got to really know some of my other coworkers. So it's going to be great to see them on Monday and just know a little bit more about someone else. Otherwise, worked on Dropbox organization, my personal computer. I saw that, I had around 250 gigabytes free, so I figured I might as well take like an hour or two to organize that even deeper. Did that. One of the biggest things that I was working on for a while now is writing 50 too long didn't reads of personal development. So I've been I've been reading a lot of personal dev books. I just came from the library. This is a book, The Art of Doing, and it just has a whole bunch of different people that have successfully completed stuff, and it just like, they explain their own tips. So I figured, there's a lot of people my age that doesn't want to invest the time into reading these personal development books. So I figured, why not just write this long list of 50 tips that I learned, and it's the too long didn't read, so it's pretty much like two sentences for these big ideas that I also link. For example, I put there's a statement, a lot of Eckhart Tolle's work where he says there is no time, it's only this moment. So I put things like concepts like that. I was like, just look up Eckhart Tolle, and then they can go ahead and shoot off into that realm. Otherwise, I also, for last but not least, I finished the book The Alchemist. Amazing book. I think everyone in high school should be reading that book because it's mind blowing. It catches so many avenues of life that I wish I would have known growing up, and now it's kind of coming full circle. So we're working on to there. All right, on to the second point, the things I didn't do that I wish I should have done during the week. So first things first, working with my mentor, I've been writing out these 10-year goals. So you start from 10 years, and you go to 5 years, and you go to 2 years, and you go to 1 year, and then you go to 6 months. And you have to make them very specific, and I had to go ahead and I did it. I did it a while back. It wasn't too specific, so I had to go back. I didn't really get to complete those. I've been working on that tonight, and I did the 10-year, and it's pretty crazy to sit down and really refine specific goals that, you can break it down from 10 years into 5 years, into 2 years, into 1 year, into 6 months, and what you should be doing during your 6 months so you can achieve the goal on 10 years. So that's another huge thing to work on. Didn't get it. Needed to look into online savings account. I've been reading a book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and they often recommend online saving accounts because it has a higher interest rate than your typical Bank of America, so you'll actually be making back the money instead of paying the annual fee. Except it's a lot to explain, but yeah, I didn't get to do that this week. I chose to prioritize some other things. I needed to open up an E-Trade account. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Didn't do it this week. I need to clean out my email. I did not clean out my email this entire week, and I had this whole entire bundle of promo emails and stuff like that I need to get to. That's gonna be rough. I do it tonight. Then there was some dev asset handoff I need to do at Ring for another project that we have that is not with the product design team. So I didn't get to do that either. Slacked on there. There's a couple other smaller projects at Ring that I promised to do, which I didn't quite get to as of yet. I'll have to schedule that into next week for my next week things. But anyways, that's that. I didn't get to do that. Pushing all those to next week, making them, instead of just planning to do them by the next week, I'm planning them day by day. So I'll have that done. Also, all right, onto the resources. These are some things that I picked up this week, and I feel like I think I'm ready to share. I'm ready to share this to the public. So first things first, there's his YouTube channel. It's this guy. His name is Jay McPherson. I'll be linking him below. Super, super cool dude. He gets it. I love his outlook on life. The tone that he speaks is very, it aligns with a lot of the things I kind of grew up with and like the people I've been around, and he just really gets, he's really down to earth. I talked to him like once, but he's really cool, and I love the way he thinks about life. I think he he dropped out, and then he said like, I can do this. And I love that concept, you know, people that really take life into their own hands instead of being worried about, you know, what society would think about them. So check him out. He's kind of like Elliot Hulse. I don't know if it speaks towards everybody, but that's something that's helped me out throughout the week. The book I Will Make You Rich. I'll go ahead and just grab it for you guys. This book was recommended by multiple people. I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I'll link that down below as well. Go ahead and type out the show notes soon. Third, go get a fucking online library card. No ifs, no buts about it. If you live in the US, I'm sure that you can sign up for an online library card. I'm not going to say do something scandalous by like just faking it, even if you live in California. If you don't live in California, just type in some address and get an e-card. It's literally instantaneous, and you can get access to apps like Hoopla and Libby. And those apps get you access to a whole bunch of audiobooks. So you ever wonder why I can finish a lot of books pretty quickly? It's because I'm listening to them on audiobooks. I don't have Amazon Audible. I have coworkers that had it, and they also recommended Libby and Hoopla. You know, it sounds kind of cheesy to use your library card, but the knowledge that you get from that is so worth it. Also, one other thing that I need to start doing next week is working out in the morning, doing a 3 to 4 minute workout. I need to make sure that I do that every day because that really primes the mind. I feel as if I did it this morning, and you know, it sounds so cheesy. But it really primes the mind. That workout, even if it's something as simple as a couple push-ups, you work out for your mind. I know there's a lot of people that work out to just look good and just to, you know, they're doing it for someone else, and I feel like that's why a lot of people fail. And if they don't fail and they're doing it for someone else, and they have this huge ego, and it just fucking sucks. Like, yeah. Anyways, don't want to get into a tangent. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll go ahead and drop some notes. If you're watching this, you know, feel free. You could DM me anytime. Introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know everybody. And let's just keep pushing this for this next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.